Now, recently, there's been a lot of talks of John Jones and him retiring, but talk a little bit about, because I believe during that time is when he started coming in, and ultimately led to you leaving the team. So talk a little bit
But but
about that and what
but
happened.
but there was also a friendship, or was there a friendship prior to all this?
Yeah, like when he like when they first brought him onto the team, I don't know, I really wasn't too wild about it at first because at the time we had myself, um, Jardine, and then we had Brian Stan.
Right.
All
Shout out to both of those guys too.
yeah,
Keith
all
Jardine, my
competing.
favorite nickname to this day.
Dean and me.
Dean and me, Keith Jardine, my favorite nickname.
Yeah, so we had Brian Stan, and Brian Stan was just coming off his WC days where he was just, smashing people, right? So he was an animal. And I'm like, dude, there's another light heavyweight that we got to navigate against. And this is off of, Bones' performance. I think after he fought Bonner, I believe. But
Really? Okay.
so he
So
had
he's making waves at that point.
yeah, he was making some waves. So I'm like, oh, no, I don't know, man. But he came to the gym, and he was great, and he was great to the point where he was just like, he had that hunger, and he was so hungry, and he was so creative, and he just wanted to train, and he was just like a little puppy. You know what I'm saying? So it was good to feed off his energy, and he was super cool. He was a great kid, man. Really great kid. Super nice. A well liked kid. You know what I'm saying? And we got along. We would hang out. We would train, and he was just he was a good dude. And I didn't really have any problems with him then. Um, when I went away to do the training camp for Rampage, I decided to come back and do my next training camp because I did that camp in Denver. For my next training camp, I wanted to go back to Albuquerque. And I went to Denver because once everybody started coming to Albuquerque, it lost that feeling. So I was like, let me go back to Albuquerque and reestablish that bond with those guys. And John was there. We had some great training then. And I ended up getting hurt on the mat, and I was supposed to fight Shogun. Diego rolled into my knee, and I wasn't able to fight.
So John was already in the UFC at this time.
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
he,
John
he,
was
yeah,
just
he was doing his thing.
doing his thing.
He was doing his
Was
thing.
you were in there before then, though, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. He was I rolled my knee. We were in training camp together. He was fighting Ryan Bader. He was fighting Ryan Bader at the time,
Right.
and I was training for Shogun. And then once I got hurt, we were actually being managed by the same team. We were under the same management. So he was my stablemate in management too. So when I got hurt, we had a talk, and he was like, he smashed Ryan Bader, and then the UFC asked him, if you wanted to fight for the title because I was hurt. And he was cool, he was respectful. He was like, yo, you give me permission to do this? And I'm like, dude, yeah. Because one thing that we had with those three fighters in the weight class is whoever gets there first, they get there. And all the other ones had to be in that supporting role. And I agreed to that. So when he had a chance, I was like, yeah, you got to do it. So when he did it, it was all cool. I'm like, yeah, that's great. But then I started to hear, he was talking shit, you know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, talking about how he had whooped me and this, that, and the other. So
He made that public,
I
or
think
you
he,
just heard through the grapevine?
well, I was hearing it through the grapevine, but then he said something in public. I think he was talking to Ariel Helwani or something like that. And then he was entertaining the idea of fighting me. And back then I'm a young man. I want to fight everybody too, So when he said that, I'm just like, oh, word. So I call him on the phone, and I asked him. I'm like, yo, what's up? What you said about this, that? And he was just like, yeah. And I'm like, so
Oh,
that's how
really?
you feel? He's like, yeah, yeah. And I was like,
Hold on, real quick. So this was over the phone or the
It was over the phone. It was over the
Yeah.
phone.
So you called him.
I called him up. Yeah, I called him up, and I'm just
Because
like,
at that
yo.
point, you like big bro. You know.
Yeah, I'm calling him up. I'm like, yo, you saying you'll fight me, this, that, and the other? And he was just like, yeah. And I was just like, damn. Bro. I'm like,
Let's before you finish, let's talk about this too. Obviously, when he asked you for permission, like, hey, they offered me the fight, you know, yes. The rational man, what you're gonna do is you're gonna say, yeah, go ahead, do that. But you don't actually want him to go out there and win and get there first. The competitor in you, of course not.
yeah, but you know what though? Like I was like, I knew he would win. Like I knew he would win. I felt him enough. I trained with him enough. I seen what he was capable of. I seen what he didn't see in himself yet. You know what I'm saying? At times. So I was just like, I knew he would win. And so when he said he was down to scrap, I was like, oh, okay. So I call up Greg and I'm like, yo, you better get your boy, man. You better talk to your boy. And you know, Greg was like, oh yeah, I'll talk to him. And then Greg called me back. He's like, yeah, he said that, you know, that's how he feels. And I'm just like, so, I mean, this ain't what we agreed to, Greg. And then I started getting mad at Greg, and I was like, you know what, man, fuck this, I'm out of here, man. I'm done. And I just left the team.
Did you talk to him about it before, or you just said, like, you know, if I don't get the respect, then I'm out. You don't just, you know?
Yeah, I talked to him about it before. We had our conversations, and I was just like, you know what, man? I felt like it was inevitable. So I was just like, I'm out.
Were the coaches picking side at that time?
Yeah, I felt like they did. You know, like for me, it's like, you know, like I was kind of raw.
It's kind of crazy, right? It's a crazy feeling.
It's
to be
a
like,
crazy
these
feeling
motherfuckers have been training me first.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, now you're gonna choose him, like we crew.